Okay, well, guess what? This is going to be another takeoff from my Pop It in the Toaster Oven cookbook, which you can see right here. Good book. You can buy this anywhere. I wrote it several years ago. It's still alive and well. And I have to say that there is a recipe I've done. If you go into my videos, you'll see it. It's pineapple tartlets, done in 2012. Well, I'm going to do a takeoff on that recipe. Why, you may be asking? Well, gee, I have this wonderful pear mixture. I brought all kinds of pears, and I cooked them up, and it's absolutely delicious. And when I tasted it, I said, wow, this would be a really nice filling for some kind of tartlet. And then I went into my freezer, and I pulled out the phyllo, which had been in there for a while. Phyllo or phyllo dough, as you know, very, very thin crust. And I took it out and thawed it, and here we are. And, you know, in the pineapple tartlet recipe, you take a sheet of phyllo and you fold it into quarters and put it in a muffin tin. All well and good. I think probably this is not going to be foldable. So what I'm going to do is and this is the artist in me is loving doing this. What I'm going to do is kind of piece all of these fragments into each of these muffin tin cups and brush them with a little olive oil before I put the filling in. Yeah, and I think this is going to work. It's a little more expressionistic than just using the folded dough. So if this might be useful to you if this does happen, where you end up with all kinds of not very manageable phyllo dough, you can still use it. And just simply by folding it up and putting it in like that, I kind of like this, you know. I've done a lot of ceramics and a lot of sculpting, so, you know, for me, I'm, you know, rather like this. And each one of these, when I get these, all these fragments here, in the cups I'm going to brush them with some olive oil. And if you get phyllo dough at the store, and you bring it home, it's going to be pretty malleable. It's going to be pretty easy to use. If you have it in your freezer for a while, like I have, you can still use it, but it's not going to be as manageable as if it's fresh. So now I'm just going to add some more layers right here. Pile it right in there. It's quite very pretty. It looks like little bird nests. Oh wow! Well, I rather like the way that looks, and I've put a little more olive oil on there, and I really like the way this looks. It's just so sculptural and lovely. So I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees and stick these in the toaster oven for just a few minutes to brown, and then I'll take them out, and then I'll put the filling in. Yeah, so, you know, a little dessert like this, which I think is going to be very nice for a few people. I'm not cooking for a whole big troop of people. Is really quite lovely, and this is where this toaster oven comes in so nicely, because pop it in. It's up to temperature. I'm setting the timer for 5 minutes. How easy is that, huh? So there was 5 minutes at 350. You can see how these brown up really nicely. So now I've got this wonderful, these were little red pears. I know that's a name that I don't know. They were really lovely and very crisp. but I couldn't eat them all. So I figured, what can I do with these? And I think this is going to be a really nice way to go with the filling. And the phyllo, you know, there's just enough little crust on there, so I think that it'll just make it tartlet-like. And then I'm going to, I still have the oven on at 350, so I'm just going to stick these in, and I've never made these before. So what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking 15 minutes because, you know, this has been cooked already, so it doesn't really need to cook. But on the other hand, say if I'm going to be serving these for a meal, for a dessert, it might be nice to have them hot, or maybe in this case, because I don't really have anything planned for these, what I'll do is just I'll make sure they're cooked through, and then I will just save them for dessert. Sort of inspired here. I was thinking of a little topping on these. This is a panko. That might be kind of a nice sort of textural addition. On the top. Oh, I'm really getting inspired now. All right, just a little shake of cinnamon on these guys. And more inspiration here. Just a little sprinkle of sugar on the top, even though these have been sweetened. Hey, it's a dessert, you know? Yeah. There we are. Looks nice. Okay. Back into the toaster oven, which is still at 350, and I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, so that was 15 minutes, and we have to do a taste test on this because it's experimental, so I removed this, and I think I'm going to add a little vanilla yogurt on top. If this works out well, I will definitely consider serving this to my guests as a really nice, light. Okay, here's the taste test. It's just sort of like pear pie, apple pie flavor that's really quite nice. And the phyllo, as raggedy and sculptural as it was, really tastes quite lovely. I'm liking the vanilla yogurt on here. And I'm thinking that a tartlet like this, whether you have really nice uniform phyllo or crazy phyllo like I had, really makes a lovely, lovely dessert that can be translated to practically any fruit or berry mixture you want. Depends on how much you want to bake it. I'm sure you can put the fruit in raw, just cut it up and stick it in. Berries, and then you have to, in that case, increase the baking time. Maybe you don't want to do that. just cook it up like I did prior to doing the tartlet. And if you're really interested in art, check out my website, freeonlineartclasses.com. Really free, totally free. Get in there, I don't even want your email. Just look at the lessons, take what you want from it. There's a lot of, huge amount of resources. Artful aging, artful gardening, drawing, painting, collage, a lot of stuff that I've just, over the years of teaching, have dumped into this website and really want to share with you. Good quality stuff, lots of fun, and most of the instruction now is done through videos that I've made, so it's really easy to follow. You can just go into that video, stop it when you want, or go back and forth with it to make sure you get the instruction right. And if you have a toaster oven, I highly recommend my cookbook. Pop it in the toaster oven. It's really good. Has 250 beautiful, practically fat-free, very, very healthy recipes in it. And if you don't have a toaster oven, perhaps you should consider. You can see how fast everything as far as preheating and baking goes because the space is small for baking. And so you get a lot of versatility. So check it out.